Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're in part 6 of the workshop build. We're going to be taking a brief look around the workshop, and then we're going to get to answering some of the questions we've gotten from you viewers up to this point. So you guys hang around till after the break, we'll take a look around. Alrighty guys, like I said, today we're going to take a look around the workshop. I want to show you some of the different things in the framing and how they tied the frame down to the concrete slab, and a couple other viewer questions that we're going to try to address along the way. So we're going to get out here, we'll take a look at the workshop, and the guys are on break. We're on a little bit of a delay waiting on some rafters for the roof. So we'll just get out here, we'll take a look at some of the particulars. I know a lot of you have had questions, so we're going to try to get to those too, but let's take a look at the footage. We'll show you the shop. Alrighty guys, I want to start out and kind of give you an overview of the building. This is the workshop that we're working on. We showed standing the walls the other day, but we didn't get into too much detail. So we're going to get down there and take a look. It's awful windy today, so if we got some wind noise, I apologize. But as you can see, the front part of the workshop is 16 by 40. And then we have a rail in the back that'll rail off the porch. The porch is 12 by 40. And the little piers you see sticking up there are where we'll tie the rafters to. But the rafters or the roof line will go all the way from the front to the back. So we'll get down in there, we'll take a look, see if we can sort out some of the details. I know we just showed standing the walls the other day, so we'll get down in there, we'll take a look, see what's going on. Alrighty guys. We're looking at one of the window openings, and here's something I wanted to show you about framing. Is almost every opening will have 3 boards. The one to the left comes to the bottom of the opening and it supports the bottom. The middle board will go up to the bottom of the header. You can see where that supports the header going across the top of the window. And then the outside board will continue all the way up to the top of the frame. But on almost every opening, we can come over here. We'll look at the door jamb. Same way, you got your 3 boards. They'll come up here. The left board stops and supports the bottom of the header beam here. And the other 2 continue up. Now it's not framed exactly like a window because you don't have that 3rd board supporting the bottom of a sill. But they still use 3 boards. The one is tied to the header, and the one goes completely on up to the top of the framing. So our headers are hollow. Those are 2x10s going across, but they're hollow. They're capped with 2x6s, so they'll match the width of the wall. All the walls are framed in 2x6 instead of regular 2x4s. So we wanted extra thick walls on it, and our rafters for the roof will be 2x6 also. So. But anyway, that's the 3 boards. That's how they support an opening. Usually you'll find on a window, one will come to the bottom, one will come to the header, and one will continue on up to the frame. Alrighty guys, we're looking at one of the short walls here. This is the end wall with 2 windows in it. Now it's not uncommon when you have a smaller opening like a window to sheet right over the opening and then remove it once it's up there. Now, in the case of, spin you around here real quick. In the case of the garage doors, they are 7 by 9, 7 foot high, 9 foot wide. In the case of those, then you'll want to just piecemeal your sheeting up there, or you just end up wasting a lot of sheeting cutting partial pieces out. But you don't really want to sheet over an opening. We left this wall open too. We've had a lot of rain. We want the air to be able to get in here and dry the pads. So they'll sheet this up before they get ready to put the rafters on. But that's how they handle the sheeting. They mostly put it on the outside. We'll take a step out here. We're at the back door now, going out onto the porch. I'll tell you about that handrail here in a minute. But outside of the sheeting, we've got the house wrap on, the Tyvek. But That helps keep moisture and air off of the wood, and it also protects it until we can get this thing dried in. But normally you would dry the whole thing in before the rafters got here, but we've had a delay in the rafters, so we've got it partially dried in and partially open aired to help take the rain. So we'll step back inside here just a second. I'll show you something else. Alrighty guys, another question that we've had is, why did we make the building only 16 feet deep? And the answer is that we never really intended to put vehicles in this building. My pickup truck alone is more than 16 feet long. The idea was to be able to bring our mowers in and store them for the winter, or if need be, I can pull the nose of a vehicle in and work on it. But I want most of our interior space to be dedicated to the workshop itself. I'll probably put benches along the back here, and we'll have even less room inside. But we want to be able to bring the grills in, bring them in through the back door here, bring the grills in, and keep them safe over the winter and stuff. Have our lawnmowers in here, be able to work on the lawnmowers in here. But we never really intended to park vehicles in here. We built no more than we really needed. We have to watch. We can't go very far back on the property. We'll go out, look out the back door here. The green shrubbery there is the edge of the creek line. Last night, we've got this mulch pulled up here. We're going to do some landscaping up here around the outside of it. But last night, when the creek flooded in the rain, the water came almost to the mulch. So we can't push this building back much further on the property. But we still wanted a place where we could work on mowers or pull the nose of a vehicle in and work on it. So that is why we chose to make this only 16 foot deep. And we wanted to be able to dedicate a good amount of space to an outdoor area that we could enjoy. And that's going to be 12 by 40 foot long, and it'll run right off of the end of our raised bed garden there. So we'll step back in here. We'll find something else to look at. But sorry to keep spinning you around. But that is why we chose to make our garage doors the way they are. We're going to put insulated garage doors up there. We'll close it up. We'll insulate the rest of the building. So pretty much this space will be dedicated to a heatable or heated workshop, and not so much to vehicle parking. Alright guys, we had another viewer ask if the frame was lagged down to the concrete, and there's a couple ways to do it. The first one you're looking at here, these are basically nails, and they're put in with an impact whammer. But it uses a cartridge, kind of like a small rifle shell, to fire a nail through the wood into the concrete and tie it down. Now we had a little trouble getting the gun to work right, so we went to the second option, which is to drill a hole and then put in our lag bolts. And we decided to go with lag bolts all the way around. But anyway, they drill about a 1/2 inch hole. They drill it about 6 inches deep. And then they tap the bolt in there. The bolt has an expander on it. When it gets to the end, the expander locks it into the concrete, and then they put a nut and a washer on top of each one. And I'll kind of swing you around here just a little bit. We ended up lag bolting between every other joist, if you can see them there. They had a little bit of trouble with that lag bolt on the left, so they put another one into the right of it. But it's pretty much lag bolted every other joist, or every other framing board, all the way down and across. So the frame is tied to the concrete. I know we had some people had some wind concerns, and like our buddy Dutch over at the Keeping It Dutch channel, part of his house, when they were building his house, some of the walls blew down during a storm. But we have all 4 walls stood, so they're braced against each other. We have cross bracing on it to hold it square, and we can look out the back. You can even see the bracing that's run out to the post there on the back porch. So everything is braced up. We've come through a pretty nasty wind last night. I don't see any problems here, so it must have worked out fine. But I know Dutch's walls weren't quite tied together when the storm hit him, but these are well tied together. They've even got the top double sill on the top that overlaps on the corners, locks everything into place. So we were in a little bit better shape to handle the storm, but rest assured everything is tied down and the lag bolted in place. Alright guys, we'll step outside the building here, give you a look at that Tyvek again. But I wanted to show you the bracing. Those are hammered into the ground and run up to the side of the wall. We've got braces on both ends, and then you can see the horizontal brace there on the end reaching out and holding up the post that'll hold the rafters on the overhang out there. So everything is locked in place. I don't want anybody to worry about the shop falling down. We hired some good guys to put this up, and they have done it in a way that I don't have to worry about it. So that makes me very, very happy. And I just wanted to show you the upside down Tyvek. Alright guys, I'll walk you down through here real quick and tell you about another issue that we need to address. And that's going to be the stone they used for the leveling coming loose from underneath the deck. Now we've got a plan to address this. We're going to bring in some rock. We'll probably mix that with a little bit of dry concrete and put it up against these edges here. And then we're going to bury it and slope the dirt down to the grade of the regular dirt. So it's not going to be an issue. It looks kind of ugly right now, but we're not real worried about it. But when you stack stone, it inevitably will come unstacked. So we're going to have to address this pretty quick. We've got plans already to bring the stone and the dirt in, and I'll show you that process when we get a little bit closer on it and when we get it dressed up. Alrighty guys, while we're down here, I'll get you kind of a long shot, give you an idea how big the outdoor area is. This is all going to be our outdoor cooking area. It is 12 by 40. The roof will come off of the building there. These are just the braces here. The roof will be about a 1.5 foot higher. But the roof joists will come all the way out. They'll rest on that beam. The little boards you see sticking up are what will tie the rafters to when they get here. But this entire area will have a roof over it, and the underside of the roof will be metal, the same as the building will be covered in. So the color scheme, I don't know if I've told you guys, the color scheme is the building's going to be lighter gray, and the roof is going to be a darker gray. We'll swing around here. You can probably see that same color scheme there on the house. So just be a lighter gray and darker gray roof. Should match up pretty well. But this here is going to be our outdoor cooking area, and I'll slide up here on the pad. There's going to be our door through to the shop. We're not going to have any windows back here, and we don't have any windows on that far wall down there. That's for security reasons. We can't see that area from the house. So there's no windows on the far end of the building, and this opening here will get a steel door. So we won't have to worry about it too much, and then our cameras pretty much cover the rest of it. Alright guys, we're back inside. We did have a couple of people ask about using pressure treated wood on the sill boards, and that is exactly what we've done. They are pressure treated. The boards along the ground are pressure treated, and the wall framing is not. So anyway, we had them put pressure treated wood all the way around. That way we don't have to worry about if there's any water or anything that wants to stand on the concrete pad. They've also lifted the sheeting a little bit, just enough to make sure that it doesn't collect water and swell up. But we wanted to tell you, we did, even though we have regular lumber, somebody had thought the lumber on the joists looked the same, but actually the sill around here is pressure treated, so no worries there. We'll try to get you a wide angle shot and show you what all we got going on. Alrighty guys, we're back inside the building, and I am in the far corner. So we're just gonna swing way out. We'll try to give you an idea how much space we're working with. The garage doors are there. We got 2 windows on the far end, and a 40-foot run. There's about 20 foot each side of the door there. It's almost in the middle. So I thought we'd give you a good look at it. We'll get back in here and see if we can show up the rest of the details. Alrighty guys, that's about going to wrap it up for today's video. We hope you enjoyed taking a look around the shop, and we hope we answered some of your questions so far. Now if you guys have any more questions, we hope you'll leave those down in the comments, or just say hello to us down there. We love interacting with you guys, and if you don't mind, please hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. And if you guys aren't subscribed to the channel, we hope you'll go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Down next to it is a bell. If you'll ring that bell, that'll send you notifications whenever we release a new video. And guys, that's a great way to keep up with the channel and a great way to keep up with the build. So, like I said, this is part 6 of the build. If you aren't familiar with the whole rest of the series, I'm going to put a link up here. And you guys can jump back to the very beginning and see how we got to the point we're at now. But we've enjoyed having you guys out here at the channel. Like I said, if you have any questions, please leave those down below. Or any ideas of things we can do with the workshop. I hope we've been able to explain some of the things, like why we didn't make it so deep, or why we never planned to park vehicles in there to begin with. But it's just mainly going to be a workshop. But guys, we like I said, we appreciate you guys coming by the channel, spending your time with us, and we're going to go ahead and get out of here. We'll catch you in the next one.